Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, and Palazzo Parisio. Thanks to Jean Zamit for the makeup of Sarah and Becky in the studio. Additional thanks to Vortex for the clothing worn by Sarah and Becky in the studio. Malta. 300 days a year of sunshine. And the highest concentration of UNESCO sites in the world. And some of those sites moonlight as venues for the most lavish ceremonies and events. Come now as we follow the unsung heroes who make such events possible. Event planners.
I think I'm a walking zombie and just existing. We need coffee. We really need coffee.
We follow Sarah Young and her crew of misfits.
I'm sure your family needs to know you're alive.
As they battle in clement weather.
The wind started, so happy days.
And deadlines.
There's so much left to be done.
To deliver events fit for royalty. Welcome to Flip the Venue.
It's all coming together.
Previously on Flip the Venue. The team began the first day of a 2-day setup of what is to be one of the biggest flips of the series. And now, the day of the wedding is upon us. With no time to waste, the team gets straight to it.
And it's 6:30 a.m. I love this hour of the day when the sun is rising, voice is going, eyes not there yet. But we're back on site, waiting for a second crane to come today to start unloading. So yesterday, we had our day 1 of production. And we got a lot covered. On the roof, not so much, because we knew we had forecasted rain, and it did come. But that's why we had 2 days of setup. So today, we will push the upstairs stuff, because downstairs in La Valletta, we're nearly done. This time of day is very peaceful, but I know that this is the calm before the storm. So, all get up, caffeinated, ready this morning. We're on schedule, and let's hope it's a good day. Looking forward. Keep in touch with us all the time and see what's happening.
As the wedding setup begins, and the many parts start to fall into place, Sarah gets a moment to catch up with the complexity of this build with the florist, Alistair.
I know this is going to shock a lot of people at home, and I know the figure, but I want you to tell them how many roughly flowers have you ordered for this wedding?
We're looking around 8,500 in total, more or less, give and take. Besides the foliage, the gold foliage, the white dyed foliage.
We're looking like 10,000 pieces.
Easy.
Can you imagine? So they come single stems, and they're going to be created into beautiful
Different areas of this venue.
Yes. Also, the detail even of the menu, the place name, the logo on it, even that took hours and hours of work.
Which is very important because every detail
Counts, and everything ties in.
That's right.
Are you excited a bit?
Very.
But you look calm. But you
Always, but from the inside. This
Yes, it's true.
With all the teams here and the pieces in place, they get to work knowing that every minute detail is vital, and no detail too small to be worthy of dismissal. Now that the setup is well underway, the team cannot lose momentum. Join us after the break to see how they cope with the monumental flip. Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, and Palazzo Parisio. Follow us on social media at Flip the Venue. With the setup well underway, there are still some decisions to be made about the details of the wedding.
And the stairs at this venue, I'm breathless because I came all the way up from downstairs. Okay, Dame, let's decide the tables, please. Alright, Dame, okay, we're starting here. Mela, we must remember service, okay? So we're going to not have service from around there.
It's only from the middle.
And they go. So here we need to leave them at least 1.5 meters if we can. So they too started with the second load on with the crane. After the crane, we started setting up the tables. As you can see from the footage, they were handmade, produced on purpose, and they had to be built on site. Then we started opening the brand new boxes of chairs. So you have to open them, set them up. Everything starts taking time. There we go, open sesame.
A little like heaven for us, you know, because when we get to play around with little details, that's when everything then really comes together.
It's like a kid in a candy shop, a wedding planner with new chairs.
It's very ugly with gold.
It's very ugly, oh.
Who chose the
I did, with the clients. And Damien got them. So a team was starting the dance floor and the canopy, the other team doing the chairs, some the tables, some started working on the triangles, and the florist was working on the greenery from one team, and then the flowers from another. Everything started unfolding together. Little details like table setup can only be done once the greenery is assigned to the table, and then you start building the cutlery and everything. I mean, I understand the tables were made to measure. The backdrops were made to measure. Everything was made to measure for this venue. These were never produced before, used before. I mean, the chairs were imported, yes, but they had to be imported on time, cleared. They arrived a week before the wedding. You know, so everything had to be done correctly.
And with the setup going smoothly, Sarah has another moment to liaise with Alistair, the florist.
Alistair, how many oases?
We're looking around 600
Whoa.
blocks of foam, and that means around 9,000 liters of water.
Marelli. So this is a back end which saves the flowers to last till 11 o'clock at night.
It's very important.
Excellent. We'll talk again.
While the setup continues upstairs, Sarah takes a breather in the cool after-party area downstairs.
From the rooftop to La Valletta, I found the sofa in full AC. I escaped the roof a little bit because I'm exhausted. And my team is not here yet, they're on their way. And Damien needed time to set up all the tables. It was useless staring, so I came to have a little nap. Joking, obviously, but at least I'm declimatizing. From sunglasses to humidity and lovely AC. At this venue, we actually enjoy working here, and it is professional as well to work here because the management is very accommodating. Rosette is incredible, and they're lovely, you know. We ask them things, they'll do their utmost to please us, even putting on air conditioning in a huge room which might sound silly, but when you're working, you cannot be dripping constantly and overheated. So it was nice that they were putting on AC even in rooms which weren't being used all the time. Little things, but it makes all the difference.
And, as expected, Sarah's little relaxation reprieve lasted all of around 30 seconds before Sarah sprung back to life, all guns blazing.
The disco balls are nearly ready. There is the 4th, 5th, and 6th left. We changed it around a little bit because we're going to have more disco balls around the structure, but instead we're having one major one and they added lights all over the structure. So now they're going to hit the disco ball and you'll have an effect all over the structure. So when you put moving heads behind the disco balls, each one will shine. So when you come in, it will be like you're in a disco from here because all the lights are turning disco-wise from here. It's gonna be so cool.
As the afternoon draws near, the team makes progress upstairs as the reception starts in only 5 hours. Join us after the break as we approach the climax of this exhilarating flip. See you there. Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, and Palazzo Parisio. The early start and the advanced preparations have paid off. Sarah's job could almost be described as supervisory.
I am seeing my queen's chair. This is great. I can supervise sitting in comfort. We need Damien here. It would be cool if I have Damien here. Did you see his latest hat? Sanpei, if any of you are my age, we had this cartoon. He was called Sanpei. He looks like...
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
I was telling the audience about your lovely hat, Sanpei hat. You remember the cartoon, Sanpei? No. Arakish Pichina. Look at how we ended up. This is the worst part, where you're waiting for manual work to be done. It has to be done. But you want things to be ready. It's all a chain. 1, 2. There are moments, like half an hour maybe in the day, where we didn't have that much to do because we're waiting for production. Sometimes we can't screw things on. That's not our job. We would do if they need help, but you have to let people work. So it's frustrating. You're like, time is passing, but things have to happen. Okay, we wait. But it's hot. مش باللي we're lucky with the weather we are, but it could be a little bit less hot.
Anticipating the inevitable last-minute rush, reinforcements arrive in the shape of one particularly incapacitated Becky.
Lovely day for a wedding. So thanks for the ceremony. Very important accessory. I'm better, I can walk without it, but this will just be some support today. So I don't know whose band this is, but this. showed up, I arrived a little bit later than Sarah was at the venue. So I kind of had an expectation at that time of what would be ready and what wasn't. I think at that point in time, I don't really think about will this be ready or not. Because in my mind, I think it's always going to be ready.
How very optimistic of Becky. Let's check in with Captain Young to see how things are going upstairs.
So we are really tight with the table setup because we have a showplace and loads of cutlery and then the place name and 2 napkins, one theirs, one ours. All we need is 10 of everything. Mela, Enzo, he's removing the greenery. Bex, Alistair, start from there for me. But the napkins for up here, she wants them on the dinner table. Yes. We need to fold those, so you can do those in the AC in the room. All right, Mela, let's get going.
It's a race against time as usual. It's always like this. We're used to it.
We are a little bit tight for time now. Basically, we're all working. We need to all work on the table. So it's a little bit of teamwork, a lot of teamwork actually, not a little. But for example, Alistair put the greenery on the top so we can start setting. I'm gonna do a show, a prototype for the caterer, and then they can go ahead and do the rest. So this is very important, just gathering everything to do a prototype, and then I'll let them work. Then we come and check and put the place name. We'll check each one again. But yeah, this is the caterer, but they're here now. It's 12:10. So this has to be all ready by 2 before I leave for the church. So it's tight. Hi, Zulika.
With each department dependent on the other to complete their tasks, they must band together to finish on schedule.
You have to keep in mind that at some point on the rooftop, everybody was working at the same time. That's chaotic. But it's very important. For example, the florist couldn't finish the floral on the dance floor if the dance floor canopy wasn't ready. But it was really good because Damien has our vision to perfection.
Now we'll go to the plan. Go to the plan, give me the number of chairs.
Yes. So basically, we're gonna go to the plan, see the number of chairs because they're not all the same.
Yeah.
All right, guys, both letters. Take care, don't hurt. Okay, good luck.
Thomas, this is your job now because I have to start preparing to go to the church. We have to go up, back. I need to do 4 more tables. Wait. Because if I don't do the church, they can't start the plates. Once you're ready, we wipe down the table, so I start setting up the plates now because we have a lot of setup. Okay, so now I'm rushing down to get a glass of water because I'm gonna faint. It's really hot here now, but everything is underway. It's very noisy around here, but it has to be because I was taking account. We have something like 120 people on the terrace working. It's no joke. So I am waiting for the chairs to be unpacked, the last ones. I finished the last 4 tables. There you go. And when the last 4 tables are ready, then the caterer can finish all of them. I'll keep you posted. I'll see you in a bit. Let me get myself some water.
After the break, Sarah leaves Becky in charge of the biggest setup of the season. See what happens next. Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, and Palazzo Parisio, With only a few hours remaining for the setup, Sarah must exit the flip to supervise the wedding ceremony, leaving her first mate to flounder.
Now it's time to give handover to Becky. I trust her to the full. She has help, she has Betty, she has Anita coming, two very good event people. So she's gonna have a good team, and now she takes over.
So when Sarah goes to the church, for me, I mean, at the back of my head, I know everything about the wedding. But I always feel that when she's around, you know, if there's a really big decision to take, I'd like, Sarah will take that decision, or I'm like, let me ask Sarah. So when she leaves for the church, I just feel like, oh. So I always just make sure that before she leaves, she always says to me, let me tell you this. And I go, no, let me tell you. So I make sure I know.
Yeah. Okay. So when they come out, one side they have the names,
thing,
which
and
should
one
be
the card
facing
box.
front. And one has the card box here.
All right.
All right? It's not that bad.
No, it's okay.
You're okay.
Yes,
We're
and
okay.
Anita comes at 2.
Yes, Anita finishes a
No,
meeting
no,
and
2:30.
comes. 2:15.
All right.
I will leave you to work with Betty. I'm gonna go and wash because wash. Cat wash. That's what we call it. We cat wash with wipes. Disgusting. I only have 20 minutes to leave for the church.
That side or this side first? That side. So, Alex, Michael, Gordon.
As Becky settles into the role of lead planner, Sarah hurries off to the ceremony.
Okay, earrings I have. Mix I have the smoking.
Some hairspray.
I did. Done. Bella, I need. Bye. We're off to the church. I'm always worried about leaving because I'm OCD and I'm a control freak. But I have an amazing team, and there is no I in team. This is the time when my team have to perform, and I have full faith they will perform. Becky has amazing support with her. Bex will be helping me. So we're off. We'll see us later in footage. Bye.
Bye again.
Bye again. Oh, look, we have a mirror.
And not if. Can you find him, please, before you go?
And now,
he can start
left with the biggest setup to date. Oh no, Sarah's back.
Give me some privacy.
Yes.
Be like crazy. Come on, have to go.
And now, with the biggest setup to date, will Becky, first mate on the SS Young, sink or swim?
At the moment I'm setting up, this is like their table plan. So basically each bottle has a name, guest name, and the table number. So basically if I'm Trevor, I'm sitting on table 5. A really cute idea.
With so much responsibility, Becky begins to feel the pressure.
So guests are to arrive in about 55 minutes. In the meantime, I need to look decent. I normally change, like everything's done and I go and change. And this time I remained in my setup clothes. I was like, I'm not leaving until I see everything done. So at some point I said, okay, I'm gonna go down and change. And then I walked a bit and I said, I'm gonna go back. Because it wasn't fully ready. So I said, until I see everything ready. In fact, at some point I called Sarah and I said, like, I'm not gonna go change until you come. 9, 10. These 2 are for the cocktail bar.
All right.
So these, line them up. You can use this, Sarah.
I'm dreaming of a shower at the moment.
I'm always anxious because by the time Sarah comes, like, I hope I did everything right. But she says she trusts me, so I have to trust myself.
The setup is moving fast, but not fast enough for Becky's liking. So she takes a moment to reevaluate her situation.
I want to cry because guests arrive in like 40 minutes. And this is the state of everything. But I'm not gonna panic. Because I can't do anything. My leg is really hurting. So I think that's when a little bit of panic kicked in. I mean, I started to get a little tired as well. Like my legs started hurting me at some point, and I'm not supposed to be walking up and down as much as I was. At some point I was running. And I was like, I can't run, but I was happy I was running.
managed within 10 minutes.
There was a lot that was happening when you were at the church. This came off. I still need to change. I'm very sweaty.
It was hilarious. We're at the church and getting updates. At the point they were on the phone, I'm like, Becky, breathe, breathe. You're gonna make it. And you did.
I don't know how. Cleaners. I need to call the cleaners.
Two. Yeah. Hey, 1, 2.
I'm so tired.
2.
My leg hurts. Villa, Simon.
Are you okay?
I'm tired now. My leg hurts.
Sofa, go on the sofa.
It's far to walk to the sofa.
With Becky struggling with her injury and the full weight of the wedding on her shoulders, it might be time for a cliched last-minute pep talk.
And then I told him he can. So he could.
Becky, you've done worse for Claudia and Robert.
Yes, I know.
Do you understand? I know you feel you can't run, so you're panicking because you can't run.
I'm
You
a bit tired
are giving you
now.
an extra half an hour or 45 minutes downstairs for the
Alright. No, I don't think there's 45 minutes need, but a bit more, yes.
Relax.
Alright.
The bistro tables are okay.
The
Done.
straw tables are done.
The box, everything done.
Everything. It's just they need the bit of flour.
Right, with the pep talk done, Becky channels her inner Sarah.
Move! So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one more. So that's 2. No, one would be too much here. Another one here, like in line with that, but in this gap. And then another one in the other gap. Then it's 8. When I'm doing it, I'm not having fun. But then after, I'm like, that is so much fun. When everything is ready, then like, if I go home or sometimes my friends will go like, how was the wedding yesterday? I'm like, it was real fun.
With her training montage complete, Becky finally has time to get changed, as the final touches are initialized. Now, join us after the break to see the finished setup. Flip the Venue is brought to you by Casa Pinta, Vortex, and Palazzo Parisio. Thanks to Jean Zamit for the makeup of Sarah and Becky in the studio. Additional thanks to Vortex for the clothing worn by Sarah and Becky in the studio. With the Mass over, Sarah returns from the church. Let's hear her thoughts on the end result.
I always loved, like when I was a kid, I used to love building Lego. And I feel the wedding, like this was like building a Lego wedding, you know? Step by step, piece by piece, find the leg of this table, put it there, then the chairs out of the boxes. And you build it, you know? The excitement of building it. And then all of a sudden it's boom, it's done. But this is stunning. So, I'm so emotional actually today. It's like, this is such a beautiful setup. So happy. So coming back, I had no doubt in Becky, and I trust Becky. Otherwise, I don't think I would have gone to the church. But I knew she would get the job done. And it's not the first time. This is not our first job. We've been there, done that. But I was so happy. I went straight to the roof. I was like, oh, wow. So I'm back from the church. The mass was amazing. This is the final product. I'm so proud of my team. Look what they've done. They finished it all off to perfection. And now we're inviting the guests up and the party starts. I have to leave you. Can't keep people waiting. But look at this. So proud. So happy. Hope you enjoyed the episode and see the end of the wedding coming up soon.
As soon as the couple came in, you know, they said like, this is what our dreams, you know, you created the wedding of our dreams. It's beyond our expectations.
All the time they kept saying that.
And I think that's the most satisfactory part of the whole job, is when you know that the clients are happy. And they kept saying it throughout the night as well. And they're so nice.
Yes,
They were
and
so
they
nice.
thanked us in the speeches. And the next day, I always look forward to that next day message. This was so nice.
So
I was in bed, like half dead, and I'm like, yes, they were happy.
It was one of the first messages I read, like lying down, I like opened my
too.
phone. I'm like, oh, how nice.
So nice.
It's so nice.
Makes it all worth it.
Beyond our dreams. Wow. No words.
Next time on Flip the Venue.
Come with me in the garden.
We have a very cheerful Sarah.
I'm not having any donuts. Diet. But they can eat and get fat.
That is until a rescheduling of a local festival causes problems. How will the team cope? Find out next time on Flip the Venue.
Okay, so today's...
I'm sorry, Sarah.